Welcome to the newest RV interview. We're here with one of the male authors that come to the event, which we don't have a ton. So you've been here a few times, right? This is Eric Asher.
Hello.
Hi, Eric. How many years have you been coming now?
This will actually just be my second as an author, but I think my third as either an author or an attendee.
Because I was thinking it was 3.
Yeah.
So yeah. I know, because he usually does a boardroom
Yep.
with some other authors. It's like a variety of genres in there, right?
Yes. It's actually a big mix of genre. We have a lot of paranormal romance, urban fantasy, and some high fantasy as well.
And you've got steampunk, this nice
Yes.
big thick one here, and some urban fantasy.
Yes, indeed.
So you write in both simultaneously, or do you just go where the wind?
I usually kind of alternate. I'll do some urban fantasy for a while, and then I'll switch back to steampunk. And I'm probably better known for my urban fantasy, so I try to put out a few more of those than my steampunk.
Because you have a pretty vigorous release schedule, right?
I usually try to do at least 2 full novels a year. I've done as many as 4 in a year. And then I also try to sprinkle in some novellas and side projects.
Yeah, so not 4 this thick though.
Oh no. This would be the equivalent of about 3.
That's what I was thinking. That's a big one. Yeah, that looks good. So I was looking at your bio, and you're a cellist.
Yes, I am.
You still play?
I do.
That's awesome.
I actually started playing in 4th grade, and up
stuck
through
with it.
up through high school, college, got a college scholarship for it, and all that good
Really?
stuff. Yeah.
So you don't hear that every day either.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And it's funny, my parents really forced me into that when I was younger. I was like, I don't want to lug this thing around. Why do I have to do this?
Yeah.
But now that I'm older, I'm actually really happy that they kind of made me do that, because I love playing it.
Yeah, so it's a part now of you.
Yeah, it is.
And you used to be a bookseller.
I did.
Independent bookseller?
Yep. I managed an independent bookstore for a while. And
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that what led you into writing, or were you a writer before that? Or
don't exactly know. I would dabble in short stories every now and then, probably from high school on, I guess. And it was a teacher in high school that told me, she was like, if you ever want to do like writing, I think you'd be really good at it. You should consider that.
Good encouragement.
And that always kind of stuck in the back of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think writers tend to always have stories in their head, and they don't realize that everybody doesn't have stories in their head. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
yes.
like you're saying, when you were in school, so you probably always had that. I know I always did.
Right.
But I just didn't really think about writing them down or heaven forbid publishing. And I didn't know that everybody wasn't doing that.
Right. And I was a really good liar in school.
See, that's part of it.
You know, that was probably a good indicator
Just
too.
making up those stories as you go along.
Yes.
It's like the same thing, right? You're lying about a story for somebody.
I think it was Lawrence Block that wrote a book called Telling Lies for Fun and Profit.
Oh, that's perfect.
It always kind of struck a chord with me. I was like, oh.
Because you were a natural born liar. So
right. Exactly. Not a bad way. It's just, I make up stories. And,
So you left the books, when you left the book selling, did you move into writing, or just do something different, or just because the book business changed so much? Or
so when I excuse me.
It's warm in here.
It is. When I left book selling, I actually went into joined a rock band. So
with the cello?
I did. Yes.
Sweet. I love it.
I had a electric pickup installed on my cello, and we would go out and perform, and it was a blast. It
sounds
so you know, after the rock star thing didn't work out, I got into writing.
Well, and that worked out.
Yeah, it has
so
worked out quite well. Yes,
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. And then you're also a toy collector.
I am.
Transformers, but other stuff as well?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. One of the things that my wife and I actually collect together now is Gudetama, which, if you're familiar with Hello Kitty, most people have heard of that. And Gudetama is one of their characters that's spun off, and it's actually a lazy egg, is what they call it.
A lazy egg.
It's this like egg that has faces on it, just in weird poses. And
you collect them?
Yeah, we totally
Lots
do.
of apparently different faces, I guess.
We have like a curio on the wall that has tons of...
Well, that's neat. Well, that's awesome that you found someone who enjoys the same collection.
Oh, definitely.
So I have a son that does collections. I don't know. You know, to me it's clutter, but you know, but to each their own, right? I mean, I certainly have 1,000 books around the house, so I collect those. Right.
Not clutter.
Yeah. Only a little bit sometimes. I dust around those.
Yes.
So are these currently out, brand new, or something new coming out soon? Or?
So this, my most recent one was Witch Queen's War, which is the 7th book in my urban fantasy series. And I'm currently writing book 8, which I don't have a name for, but I was actually dictating on the way up here.
Oh, is that how you do? That's your process?
I do. That's actually how I increased my word count and output. by a significant amount. Yeah.
And then you had to go and put it into.
Yep, I have a voice recorder, and that voice recorder just connects to my computer, and that gets loaded into Dragon, and Dragon spits out the.
And then you just read it over to make sure they didn't, because they always misunderstand everything I say, because I've got such a hillbilly voice.
They totally misunderstand me. Don't get me wrong. I have
but
to fix
it's a basis that's there.
It is. Yeah.
That's a great idea.
It's nice.
Way to really utilize travel time and stuff.
Exactly.
So you're working on the 8th one?
Yes.
And this is the 7th. It's an awesome cover.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been really happy with that cover artist.
Witch Queen's War, and then this one is really awesome as well.
Steamborn.
Heavy.
And that one, all the covers for that were actually digitally painted. So somebody painted that on a digital tablet.
So you have a specific artist you go with for your covers?
Yes. Yes.
Most people that I've met that are independently published seem to have someone they really like that gets them and that they enjoy working with on their covers.
Yes, and they can be flexible because, we get picky about our covers.
We all do. That's one of the downsides with traditional publishing. You're working with a whole bunch of people that don't really want to change it when you want them to, and you have much more control in independent publishing, I think.
I have some stories out through small presses, and I've experienced that quite thoroughly. I'm like, are you sure you're going to use that as the cover? Okay. I love you guys if you're listening to this.
Yeah, but it's true. We have our own vision in our mind of what it should look like. And now with independent publishing, you have much more control over what you think it should be. And I love your choices here. The other ones in the series have similar covers to this one?
They do, as a matter of fact. We actually did a casting call on the model and to find somebody that looked as much like the main character as we possibly could.
Well, that was fun.
So it's been a lot of fun working with
So it's
him.
probably really different for you. So when I do mine and they start sending me model pics and it's all hunky, half-naked guys, it just embarrasses me. I'm like, you guys have to pick. I don't want to look. So yours is very different. Your guy's got a shirt on. And
he was very surprised when he came to the cover shoot and he didn't have to take half of his clothes off. So
right, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it looks awesome. I love it. I'm so glad you're with us again this year. Tell us again what the next one is out. And when's it out?
Probably the very next one out will actually be the third one in my Mason-Dixon novella series.
Oh, okay.
Which will be about a month from now. So
okay.
Yeah, pick up the first one.
Yeah, there you go. And they can find you on ericasher.com?
Yep, ericarasher.com.
ericarasher.com.
Pretty much any social media platform / Eric R. Asher, and you'll find me.
So I'm sorry I didn't realize the R was there. That's important. Eric R. Asher.
Funny story. My email address also has an R in it. So there's some Eric Asher out there that has tons of my emails.
I hear you, because mine is Lori L. Foster, because some other Lori Foster is getting all my stuff.
Exactly.
I think she's a property man, because people are always inviting me for my real estate stuff, and I'm like, I've done nothing in real estate. You got the wrong person.
Yes.
We're going to put you in Top Magazine for real estate sales. No, you're not. The wrong Lori. And then there's also a psychologist who's a Lori Foster who probably gets tired of hearing about romance novels. Yeah.
I'm sure.
But they always miss that middle initial.
Yes.
So Eric R. Asher.
That is it.
Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.